Welcome everyone, and thank you for watching this video. Today we can talk about even you have a late start, even if you're age 50 or age 60, and you have done very little investing for your wealth building, and your so-called retirement is 5 or 10 years away. Because the sooner, of course, the sooner the better. But even let's say even if you're age 60 right now, you can still achieve very good financial retirement if you do the real estate investment the right way. Welcome back. My name is Si Ray Yi, and my co-host is Julie. Welcome, Julie.
Good morning. Thank you.
As a matter of fact, because Julie, she could go over her personal story. Again, I'm not going to provide too much personal detail, just enough. Julie can give a perspective. She can do it if
Absolutely.
she could, achieve her goals by being a late starter. Anybody out there can. So, with that in mind, thank you for Julie for sharing your information with us. I know you've been a co-host with me. We discussed many different business topics over the past few years. I appreciate it. And today we will go over your personal story, meaning that let's say you are a baby boomer, right? For or even Gen X, right? Starting, you're a late starter. You could
Right.
tell yourself, well, over the years, for whatever reason, a lot of people they have not done enough to achieve financial freedom.
True.
Whatever the definition of financial freedom means. Okay.
Mhm.
Me, I use the 40-40-40 rule. So people can work since 40 years of their lives and retire at 40% of their free income
Right.
without, and what's the other 40? The other
Oh,
40,
I think it's 40 hours a week for 40
oh,
years and then retire on 40% less of what you were
right,
making while you were working. Yeah.
you got it. Thank you for the
Yeah.
reminder.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Julie, you don't have to give us too much personal details, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day, 3 years ago, you came to our network and you felt that based on your age, don't give out your age, you are the beginning cycle of the baby boomers. Okay, that's
Right. There you go. I'll just give you
yeah,
that. I'll give you
yeah.
that.
So as I understand, when we started to work together 3.5 years ago, on or about, you were you did not feel good about your financial future. You have not done enough in terms of wealth building over time. We all know, but if you start investing early, age 20 or something, and you
Mhm.
invest over time for the next 40 years, that
Mhm.
may retire pretty comfortably.
Right. Right.
But in your case, for whatever reason, again, you don't have to get too much details. You have a lit start, but you did what you have done. The fact that you have purchased a total of 6 rental properties in the past 3.5 years. I believe your portfolio that you created, even when you retire today, which you're not, you can stick around for a few more years before your husband Mark fully retires because he still earns a very good income,
Yes.
which is good. Even if you retire now, your 6 rental property you already purchased, your portfolio, I believe I could be slightly wrong, but passive income, cash flow you can trigger from your 6 rental properties that you
Right.
purchased in Buffalo and Niagara Falls.
Right.
I believe you could realistically collect around $2,500 or maybe even slightly more
Mhm.
for your portfolio to retire right now for 2,500. Now, technically, you can trigger $2,500 rental income on your 6 rentals
Right.
after the cash flow, that is, even after you pay all the expenses and like mortgages and taxes and insurance and all that. You have other income coming in, right? You have potential social security coming in next year,
Right.
fees
That's
on
right.
the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
That will offset something. And more,
Absolutely.
yeah,
And
and more your
I
husband,
think the important thing is too, you want to have multiple streams of income. And I think that starting where we started, the time we started with the real estate, it might seem late to some people, but here's what I would say. And yes, I am part of the baby boomer generation. It's never too late. And one thing that's good about us now, I can't really say about these new young millionaires, overnight millionaires, but the baby boomer generation is holding most of the wealth in this country. And a lot of the wealth is being held in our retirement accounts, which we won't go into a lot of detail on that, but that was where we were able to take advantage of our retirement accounts and use some of that money to buy property. Yeah, it's never too late. I'll just put it that way. It's never too late.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I don't have the exact details, but 3.5 years ago, you came to my network. You see, Wayne, I want you to coach me. I want to pay the fee. I have like a couple $100,000 of IRA. I have about $100,000 of regular cash. I can finance your husband, and you can finance at 25% down payment using your name to finance a property under your name, the conventional financing. So you're doing two prong strategies. You're converting your IRA into a self-directed IRA to buy rental properties for all cash. That's one part of your portfolio. The other part is you leveraging using only 25% down payment to buy a very inexpensive, high capital property in a very good Midwest market, such as Buffalo and Niagara Falls. You can get the cash flow using big loans. Two prong strategies, getting that somewhat limited capital you're able to leverage and make your money work for. So you have a very nice risk portfolio. Even if tell me your experience, your process, what triggered your motivation to do this in the first place 2.5 years ago. So
Right.
just walk it through.
I think speak back to what you were saying. I think my husband and myself, like a lot of people in our age group, have not saved enough. We've spent a lot, but we haven't saved a lot. Mark and I always knew we wanted to do investing, but for a lot of years we were in debt, financial credit card debt, which is a lot of people in our generation as well.
Yep.
So once we were in a position where we got rid of that, then it was time. We knew it was time to move. So it was a dream that we'd had for many years, but we were at a point where we could realize it, and then boom, there you are. You showed up, and we took one of your seminar classes on the weekend, and it really got the wheels thinking. And the thing is, what was so helpful for me is that you introduced there are other ways, there are other places that you can buy. I've been in California my whole life. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. But guess what? There's 49 other states where you can buy other properties. So we met you, we got the facts, we got the foundation, the strategies that you talked about tied directly into what we were able to do. And then the thing is, we just went to work. We started looking for properties. You introduced us to some different team, which is important. People need to understand you're not going at this alone. You are a great mentor. You were able to direct us very hands-on, guide us in what areas we need to look at and consider. And then based on what our goals and needs were, we landed in the upstate New York area. And it was a great experience. Once you buy the first one, you're very nervous. You were very encouraging in telling us just pull the trigger. Once we figured out which one to go with first, we pulled the trigger. And then the first one went fairly seamlessly. I was really surprised. I kept waiting for, oh gosh, what's going to happen? Very seamless. Second one got a lot easier. Third one is pretty much like once you've done one, you can do 10. So it was a great experience. We've been able to achieve cash flow on all of our properties, which is great. A couple of them are in our retirement, our self-directed IRAs. The other ones we are leveraging with a mortgage. A lot of advantages with leveraging with a mortgage. And we're still achieving cash flow on all of our properties, all 6 of the properties. It is definitely something that you can do. We did it in a relatively short time. I think within 2 years, less than 2 years, about a year and a half of knowing you, we were able to purchase all 6 properties. It didn't take a lot of time. We worked with a great team out in New York, got very comfortable with them, very familiar with them. It's a family business. We were very hands-on with them. They were very hands-on with us. And it was an exciting experience, a scary experience, but a very rewarding experience at the very end. Yeah, and then now we don't do anything. That's the best part. We don't do anything. Oh, like I say, I forget that I own property until the rent comes rolling in the middle of the month, and I'm like, oh yeah, because it's that seamless. Once you get in it and you do it and you close it down, you close the property, it's extremely seamless from that point on.
Yeah. Few moments ago, I just quickly provide you some of the typical houses for and the numbers that
Right.
shows the cash flow, show the type of property and the low purchase price and high rent, high cash flow. For those people that watch the video, you can go back to the previous slide and just pause those pro forma, and you can dive deeper into the numbers. Clearly show that exactly what the kind of property that that Julie bought. She bought a combination of single family home for like $67,000
Right.
3.5 years ago, and because of the pandemic, a lot of housing market the value have increased, and
Right.
Buffalo and Niagara Falls are no different. The value of your homes, all 6 property you bought, I believe they have have increased in value in the past, you have
Yes,
years
they have.
20, 30, 40% equity growth, right?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
not
100%.
only that, the rent that you collected on each of the rented property you purchased, I mean, have you go invest in other floors, some of those rents have increased, not all, but
Yes, most of them have. I think most of them have gone up in the last year. That's a plus.
yeah. And one important thing is, I know some people, the misconception, the misperception and the misconception, just because you buy a very old property, that you think the capital expenditure going to eat into all your profits. You're thinking the tenant or the lowest class you buy in a rough neighborhood and they will trash your house. There's a lot of vacancies and all these misconceptions out there and
Right.
all that. But again, if you work in a good turnkey provider, that that will help you. They rehab the property using their own crews in-house. It's an amazing team you're working with. They do everything for you.
Right.
They do everything to your best interest. So what I hear from you, Julie, go over the misconception of what I just discussed, and that really did not happen. Just tell me about it.
Right. Yeah, that is where we bought. There are older properties. There are probably a lot of them built in the 20s and 30s. But I will tell you, the old is built as well, or if not better than a lot of the new properties. And so we really haven't had any major problem. There's minor things, just like in any house. There might be a little slight plumbing issue or whatever, handrail missing or something. The team that we worked with, they're very quick to fix it. One thing that is, it's important you have a good property manager that you're working with. They fix things very quickly. They let you know after the fact, unless it's something major, then they'll bring you in on it. So we've been brought on maybe one situation out of the 6 properties that needed our special attention. Otherwise, we don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about the age of the house because you're looking at it as an investment. If the foundations are good, if the roof is good, all the main things that people worry about are good. I wouldn't worry about the minor things because once again, you're not living there. You're renting it to someone that needs to live in that area, that wants to live in that area, and they're looking for a place to stay and they can't afford to buy their own. We don't have really any major issues going on other than, like I said, you might have a toilet stop or a smoke detector that needs fixing or a leak in the sink or whatever. But that's anybody that owns a home or
Well,
rents a home. Those are regular problems. I don't care what the age of the house is. If you bought it like 3 years ago, you're going to have issues. We don't worry about that.
Julie, as we conclude this video, you recap it so nicely. You're getting so good in your communication skills.
Thank
You
you.
know how to articulate your thoughts into in layman's term. And it's just you're so transparent, so honest in your communication. And I really appreciate you. And for those people listening out there, if they just for this podcast, is that just because you have a late start, it doesn't matter. You have done almost nothing financially until age 50 or until age 60. Don't give up. There are ways. And doing real estate investing in a way that we just talked about, yeah, the way you leverage your time, effort, your money, and surround yourself with a great team. That's the key. And right now, if you were to ignore, you were to stop working your husband and you don't work, and then this monthly cash flow from your 6 rentals is
Mhm.
several $1,000s. And you have other income coming in and or your husband gonna work a few more years and you intend to buy a few more rentals in the next 2 years. So you're not stopping, even though you have a late start, you're catching up, you'll have
Right.
the patience, the commitment, the overcoming fear to keep on pushing forward. And so that's a message for this video.
Right. And I just wanted to add too, people are living so much longer. People might be thinking, oh, well, why would you buy something in your 60s? You just retired or whatever. But the thing is this, everybody's getting into the 90s. No problem. So you can be in retirement almost as many years as you worked. So you have to have something. You're not going to get up and go to work. I know people do, but that's probably not your choice. That's one thing to go to work after age 60 and you want to versus you have to. And so this does provide an opportunity. And as I've shared with you, I have an incredible amount of longevity in my family. I have 3 centurions that I have come descended from. So yeah, I figure if I get to 100, I've got at least another 30 years or 35, 40 years or whatever before I go. And I've got to have some type of income and support. So the real estate is a great way to do that along with
Oh,
other options.
wow. I couldn't say it better. Once again, this is, I hate to repeat myself by saying this, but you're right. These days, because of our healthcare and people living a good lifestyle and eating
Yeah.
good and nutrition and workouts, they have so many more years to live. You have to make money last long for you. So sometimes, as a matter of fact, Judy, study have indicated that sometimes your so-called retirement years is just as long as your working
That's right.
years.
That's right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I had an aunt that passed away a few years back. She was 105 and in very good health up until maybe like 3 months before she went. And I was thankful that she was well taken care of. She had planned it out well and she was well taken care of. Yeah.
Good.
That's
You're
a lot of
planning.
people are going to get there.
You're planning very well. You still have a long-term planning. You still
Mhm.
your rent will continue to increase over time, so your cash flow can increase. So
Absolutely.
your risk portfolio can beat inflation, gonna
Yes.
beat recession, gonna
Mhm.
any the negativity going on out there. You
Right.
stay the course, knowing that your portfolio can be fine under mostly all economic and housing conditions. And
Right.
so good for you. Your
Mhm.
mindset, your commitment, your dedication, your positive attitude, your ability to overcome fear, and that is all the great attributes of a successful risk investor.
Absolutely. Mhm.
And I really appreciate you for having part of my network to be co-hosting with me, and your journey continues. Thank you. And the rest of you
Absolutely.
out there, yep, the rest of you out there, whether you're watching, like, it's never too late. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Just take action. Don't bury your head in the sand, thinking there's no hope for you. There is hope. You and only you, your mindset, you have to trigger the motivation, the commitment to make it happen. Take action and do all that. All right. So,
Absolutely.
Julie, thank you so much for sharing your story. It resonates to a lot of people out there. Thank you so much. And see you next time, everyone. And again, one final thing is if any value from this video, please subscribe to my video and also put your email into my subscription below to part of my newsletter within our organization. So you can see great free information as part of our network. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice day.